We're live? Really? The ESRB logo is finished? Alright, I bet you're somewhat surprised to see some of us here because I know that you were expecting referee Ruby. Instead, you got referee Dwarfy. Supposed to have Harvey Burgess here? No, instead you got Floyd Bishop, but he's more entertaining anyway. And, well, Mark Tuttle, we couldn't get rid of him if we tried, so he's still here as planned.
I'm where I'm supposed to be.
And all the time. Alright, so let's start right into it. As some of you may have noticed, we just had the brand new Free Realms TCG expansion go live today. I hope some of you tried it out. I haven't had a chance to yet, so we got to ask Mark a few questions about it. So what can you tell us about... Oh, wait, before we go forward. Baron von Darkcheat, right? Best TCG villain ever, right?
Ever.
Do you notice some similarities in appearance? You could just picture him in a purple coat and a monocle and a top hat, and that would be Mark, don't you think?
This is coming from a dwarf, I want to point out here.
Fanfare, next year, we're going to get him to dress up as Baron von Darkcheat. Make sure you send in your support to that.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us about the latest expansion.
All right, so we decided to kind of drop this in on the users. They weren't expecting this. It's been a long time since we've had an update for the TCG, and we thought, you know what? We've got a great story. We've got some great gameplay, so we thought, let's release a new set. On the 11th, we said, hey, a new set's coming. And everybody got really surprised, and then yesterday we said, oh, by the way, it's coming tomorrow, which, of course, is today. Unless you're watching this tomorrow, in which case it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, you understand.
Yeah.
But it's a great set. It's a full set. So it's when you total in all the promo cards and all the tournament cards, there's 145 new game cards, and there's a bunch of great new loot in this set as well.
All right. So, well, let's talk about the loot a little bit. Everyone loves the virtual rewards. So what have we got in this expansion?
We got some really, really great stuff. So housing is really big in Free Realms. So we've got some really cool pieces of what they call the precursor set. And it's kind of a stone looking with kind of like a vein of glowy stuff in it. Maybe you know better.
Yeah, it's from Snowville, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks kind of like the Warpstone tech right now, or we have the hoverboards as well, the precursor hoverboards and the lava hoverboards. Although we don't have any lava blocks right now, we just have the precursor.
They're just the precursors, right?
So it's got that like brownish tan stone with the veins of blue that actually glow at night, and it moves too if you look at it. So we've got like arches, and we've got
arches and blocks,
cylinders,
and rectangles,
and,
blocks,
and flat pieces as well. I think.
Great stuff. And each one you get a quantity on a single card. You get a quantity of either 5 or 10 of these pieces. So as you get them as you're buying packs, because remember there's a virtual reward in every pack, so it'll be easy to collect these up and do some nice stuff. And I know every month we get a chance to go through and look at some of the really cool housing that we have in Free Realms, and can't wait to see how players use this.
Well, now there's always at least one mount, right? So tell us about the mount for this loot pack.
So the story for Baron von Darkcheat, I'm going to jump back to there real quick, takes place in Snowville. Baron von Darkcheat, he's an evil man. He's a wealthy man. At the end of Shattered Pass, the Gloam Stone, which is an ancient artifact in Snowville, was finally, somebody got their hands on it and said, okay, we're going to keep this safe, and then immediately somebody stole it from them. And it was the agents of Baron von Darkcheat. So the news story takes place in Snowville, and you have to be a cardie, and you have to play games, and you have to figure out what's going on. You eventually have to defeat Baron von Darkcheat. So as it's in Snowville, the mount that the Free Realms team came up with was really apropos. It's a Zamboni.
How big is this Zamboni? I'm Canadian by birth, so are we talking a full-size Zamboni?
Well, there might be kids who don't know what a Zamboni is.
Zamboni is the thing. Well, maybe you want to talk to this.
All right. So anyone who's Canadian knows that we play a lot on the ice, and we like the ice to be smooth and shiny and stuff, especially for hockey games and that sort of thing. Now, a Zamboni is a huge machine that drives around in circles on the ice and smooths it out. It's a really wonderful thing to watch, and I think anybody who grew up in the Great White North really would like one of these.
Yeah, it's as far as the size of it, it's very similar in size to the garden tractor that we have in game right now. So if you think of like a rideable,
personal size Zamboni.
Yeah. So if you had your own little ice rink or something, it's pretty cool when you go out on the water. It freezes the water so that the Zamboni doesn't sink, and it makes ice behind it, trails ice behind it on the land, and if you go on launch pads, snow comes out of it and stuff. So it's pretty neat.
You can take it on launch pads?
Yeah.
I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah.
Now, another one of the things that I'm really excited about personally, we were talking about how popular housing is and that sort of thing, and we know that people are really anticipating the release of Sunstone, right?
Yes.
Sunstone Valley. We've got a taste of that in the loot card, right?
Sure.
You
There
wanna
is
talk
a
about
there is
that?
a Sunstone Valley lot that you can build your house on. It's very cool. It's kind of got this nice sandstony desert look behind it. So you'll be able to make some really, really unique things out of this. My two favorite pieces of virtual rewards from this set, the best two I think, first of all, is the Baron von Darkcheat outfit. It's the pants and the shoes and the coat and the hat and the monocle and the mustache. He's a
And the mustache?
And the mustache, yes.
Even the female characters.
Even the
get
female
mustaches.
love
Dixies,
it.
big mustaches.
Some of us like
yeah.
mustaches.
That's right. So you can get that, and it's one piece, so it goes in your costume slot, and you put it on, and all of a sudden you're walking around as Baron von Darkcheat. Very
That's
cool.
terrific.
The second one, though, should we tell them what it does? We talked about this yesterday.
Yes.
We're talking about the gun. It's the shooter.
It's
the shuffle shooter.
the shuffle shooter. It looks like a really cool Tommy gun type thing. Mm-hmm. Yes, go ahead. You tell them.
So, and this is, we'll give you a little backstory here. When the team puts loot together for the trading card game team, they always tell us, well, this is what this piece does, and this is what it is, and it goes in this slot, and et cetera, et cetera. And we say, oh, it sounds great. So, yeah, that's great. So they gave us the shuffle shooter, and it was a little late coming in, and they said, well, what it's going to do is it's going to shoot trading card game cards out of it. We thought, well, that's kind of cool. It's going to be like a confetti shooter. So we finally got it the other day, and our QA guys were looking at everything, and they sent us an email, and they said, what is this? Apparently, when you shoot somebody with the shuffle shooter, it turns them into a little walking trading card about, comparatively about this high, with two little eyes and little feet, and they dance, and they make little noises, and it's very, very funny.
That is really
And if you
cool.
hit the second attack button, you shoot it straight up in the air, and you turn into the card as well.
Nice.
And players already, this went live, this morning,
This
right?
morning,
Yes.
Already, players on the forums I saw, I can't remember the player's name, I apologize, I saw it right before I walked in here. Players have come up with a game where you go to somebody's house where you've got like a lot of obstacles and stuff. One person holds a shuffler gun, everybody gets a head start and they run, and you have to tag them all and turn them into cards. And the last one standing wins, which is brilliant.
That's amazing.
great.
So bravo to whoever that
very
player
nice.
was. I can't remember. Maybe you can look it up on the forums quick for us. We can give him a shout out on the air. But that's great use of existing
Well,
stuff.
the free realms players,
They're
what they do
really
in housing
creative.
and what they do with the things we give them, they're
Indeed.
just amazing. So.
So now, of course, the players didn't get much head notice on this whole thing, but how long have you been working on this new set?
It's something we've actually had in the can for about a little over a year now. The art resources have been created. Most of the gameplay had been created. Baron von Darkcheat, we kind of came up with him within the last couple of months. We decided we wanted a villain. We wanted a very, very cool villain. You know, Free Realms is a great place, and we've got
Croto. Okay.
Croto?
Croto.
K-R-O-T-O? Kudos, yeah, very nice. And so we kind of came up with this idea. We said we want a villain. We want somebody that's a bad guy, but still Free Realms. You know, we want to make sure we stayed within that world, and everything just came together, and we said this will be a great set. So the team came together, gave us a nice loot set. My guys put together some great gameplay. There's really cool new gameplay in this set. Some 3 new keywords. Stacker is a great one. Stacker, when you chase a card, it used to be that the chased card, you'd replace a low-cost guy for a higher-cost guy.
Right.
Now the low-cost guy flips over, and you get bonuses for the number of times that you stack. So that's cool.
Nice.
Then there's splash damage. What splash damage is when you're in a battle, things happen to the foes next to the one you're battling. So now it's very strategic where you put things, which column you actually play your cards in. And then the last one is progressive power-ups, meaning that when you flip over gems, as you flip multiples of those gems, the power curve, the benefit goes up exponentially. So a lot of great new gameplay, great new art, and it's a really cool set.
And I hear that you adjusted the pricing on these decks as well. Is that right?
Yes, right. We did. We lowered all the booster pack prices down to 249 station cash. We lowered all the quest prices, and we lowered the starter deck prices as well.
Well, that's terrific for those of us who only have a limited amount of station cash. Now, sorry, was that Krotos, that guy that we were talking about? Send that chap a station cash card, will you, Amy? Thank you so much. I mean, it's great to have those types of ideas come out. So, of course, man, time really goes fast on this. So we're going to switch over to Floyd now for a little bit so that he doesn't fall asleep sitting on the couch here. So we want to
Get
talk
my notes
about
ready.
mystery chests.
Yes, mystery chests.
So
They are a lot of fun.
yeah, what can you tell us about them?
Well, when we first launched, we had, as one of the prizes, we had a bunch of coins, which players were like, oh, I just got coins, which we were like, well, that's not a big deal. And then we played it, we're like, oh, we just got coins. So we felt the same way you guys did once we started playing it. So that got yanked. We've got, what do we have? We have a zoot suit costume. We've got precursor hover boots, which make you kind of fly around. Players have started to post pictures of themselves planking in front of things, because when you fly, you're laying down, so it looks like you're planking.
Yeah.
So people have started to post pictures of them planking around Free Realms. We've got tight sneakers, loose skinny jeans, a hoodie jacket, a striped beanie cap. We've got molten precursor hover boots, which are a slightly different color, and we've got a kangaroo mount, which actually came out of fanfare.
Right, it did. Now the thing is, though, you're sitting in a panel at fanfare, and everybody decides that kangaroo mount is exactly what we should have. Now, are you holding your head in your hands at that moment, thinking, how are we ever going to implement this?
You know, I've been working on Free Realms steady since before launch, and we're constantly trying to one-up ourselves. And the more stuff you put in, the harder that gets. You know? So we've already got so many mounts, and what can we do? Now, all of our other mounts, with the exception of the hoverboards and the bikes and the tractor, you're on a saddle. So any of the animal characters, you're on a saddle. So for Halloween, we put in the bat mount, where you're holding its feet.
You're hanging under them.
That came out of that same panel, actually, at Fanfare. So the kangaroo mount came out of that same meeting, and it went in actually after the bat, but we'd started talking about it before, because like, how in the heck are we going to get somebody in the pouch of a kangaroo? Because we've got one mount. You can be a pixie or a human. They're different sizes, but just the one mount. So there's a lot of finessing to get the players to fit in that pouch and not pop out of the pouch, or to make it look like they're actually in there, and then it didn't look painful to the kangaroo, and then how big do we make the kangaroo, and how high should he jump, and that kind of thing. So that was a pretty exciting thing from the animation standpoint to try to work that out, and players have liked it quite a bit.
And how long did it take you to do it?
Start to finish, if you include the model and the rigging and stuff, it was several weeks. It was one of the longer production cycles for the mount.
You know, they're all sitting there right now thinking, we have to think of something even more impossible for next year.
Oh, I would love to do an octopus. And everybody's like, how would that
mount?
work? Yeah, I think that'd be fun. But I don't know. Be careful what you wish for, probably. But
anybody that wants to see him pull off an octopus mount, make sure you write in, because I think that would be really tough.
I think it would be cool. The big thing with the kangaroo was, you know, kangaroos, they have the pouch, and you're down here in the pouch. What happens when the kangaroo goes in the water? We weren't sure how to not drown the player. So for because when you swim, you're leaning down, and now your pouch is underwater. And do we give them a snorkel? Do we pull them out and put them on the back of the kangaroo? So what we decided, Mkae, actually the art lead on the game, he said, well, what if we just have him like a fan boat? So the kangaroo leans back, and his tail spins like a propeller really fast, and he jets across the water, which is kind of cool. So that was pretty fun to do.
You guys are really creative over there. I want some of the kind of coffee you guys get in the morning.
I actually drink Darjeeling tea now.
That's
switch over
fairly
from coffee.
hoity-toity, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I lost my gallbladder, and I was drinking coffee a lot, and I was up. The doctor said, how many cups of coffee did you have today? And I was like, I counted it up, and I was like 12. And he's like, that's too many. So I switched to Darjeeling tea. It's good.
Dangerous.
That's your health tip.
Yes, free of charge health tips from Floyd.
Yes.
So can we expect any updates to the mystery chest in future? Is it something that's still going under development?
It's a mystery.
Oh, that's the biggest cop-out I ever heard in my life.
Am I supposed to talk about it? Let's see.
I don't know. It's on my list of things to ask Floyd that he doesn't want to answer.
There's nothing on the back here. Actually, we are doing something to them, but no schedule or timeline for that.
Okay.
Shall be mentioned.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about new player improvements. I know that your team has been tinkering a lot on how to make it easier for new people coming to the game. So what can you say about that?
Well, currently in the game, if you log in as a new player, one problem we had is Free Realms, you can do so much stuff. And, I mean, that's a good thing about the game, but the bad thing about Free Realms is you can do so much stuff. So our biggest plus is also our biggest detriment sometimes. So for a new player coming in, it's like, how do you explain the game to them in the simplest terms and kind of get them started? Mm-hmm. So we've simplified the starting experience for new players. So we've turned off other players around you when you first log in. So it's just you and the NPCs, so you can kind of see what's going on. We've started you closer up to stuff. We kind of moved some things around a little bit. We've also put in incentives for logging in, which I've got written down
on one of his
on one of my
sheets of paper.
pages. Yes. Where is it? Oh, right here. Okay. So on your first login, you have a 5-minute period of invisibility to other people. So people won't be bothering you, asking you to trade stuff. You don't even know what trading is. You just started the game. We've changed the quest icon colors. A lot of people have responded favorably to that, even players that have been around for a while. They're a lot easier to see now. They're a little bit larger, different color. They don't get lost in the greenery anymore.
Right.
Let's see, what else? When you log in the second time, so you log in the first time, you play a little bit. When you log in the second time, you get a Turtle Pet Pal and a Super Star Booster, which allows you to level up faster. On your third login, you get sunglasses and another Super Star Booster, which allows you to level up faster. So you use the Super Star Booster. It's in your little items area down there. You hit that, and then you go do whatever you were going to do, and then you'll level up that job faster. And on your fourth login, you get a striped T-shirt and a Super Star Booster.
Okay, so let me just stop you right there. We've heard that little turtle pet pal is really sweet, and players want to know, is there a way that they can get it even if they're older players?
It says, and I'm reading from my page.
So this must be true.
Note, the Turtle Pet Pal to the coin shop in-game so that non-new player members can get one of their own. That's exactly the way it's written.
That's the best grammar I ever heard.
We are intelligent. It says, the Turtle Pet Pal is coming to the coin shop, I think is the word that's missing there, so that non-new player members can get one of their own.
All right.
Yes.
So membership packs have always been a big deal in Free Realms, and I hear that there's a slight change coming to the TCG component of that membership pack.
Yes, now that we've released Baron von Darkcheat, which is our third set, the monthly booster pack that members get every month, we're going to change that from Shattered Past to Baron von Darkcheat packs starting on December 1st.
That is terrific. And lastly, Thanksgiving. It's coming. What's coming to Free Realms with Thanksgiving?
Well, Thanksgiving is kind of an odd holiday because it's really only celebrated in the U.S., I think, as far as when our Thanksgiving is, right? Is that correct?
In Canada, of course, it's celebrated in October so that we have more time between Thanksgiving and Christmas so that you can have turkey on both occasions. But
we don't have our Thanksgiving items in game then.
that sounds like a cop-out. But what are you doing for Thanksgiving? Regardless
personally?
of if it's only... No,
I thought that was an
would take, like,
invitation.
hours.
I thought that was an invitation.
We're all going to Floyd's place for Thanksgiving. You serving turkey or ham this year?
Probably both.
Excellent.
We have company coming down. Anyway.
Yes. We'll give out his address after the broadcast.
In game, what we're doing is we've got a turkey outfit and a turkey hat, which is basically just a turkey on your head.
Like with feathers?
No,
or
like a
plucked?
cooked.
A cooked turkey
A la
on
Mr. Bean
your
type
head.
turkey head, yeah.
Okay, for all you fashionistas out there, somehow I expect there's going to be a lot of players running around with cooked turkey on their head.
Yes, I saw some today, actually, right before the webcast.
And so are these going to be limited time only?
They are in until December 7th, so get them while you can. That's what it says on the paper. Yeah.
Now, do we have any questions from the players that are actually usable?
Well, we had one comment that said in all caps, "Thank you, all of SOE, for the Turtle Pet Pal."
Oh.
And they would also like the turtle as a mount.
Turtle is a mount. We've talked about that.
Neat.
Now, the turtle that is in the game right now is one of the oldest characters in the game, actually, from an asset standpoint. That was created way long time ago. And somebody's like, that turtle looks scary with his long neck. It's based on a real turtle called a snake-necked turtle. So if you go to the zoo, and there's a great zoo in San Diego, a snake-necked turtle has a hugely long neck, which looks really disproportionate to the rest of its body. That's kind of the way our turtle is, with a really long neck and a long tail. If we did a turtle mount, we'd probably go more either tortoise or, more traditional painted turtle type thing. Yeah.
Turtle type thing.
Yeah. Maybe as part of Sunstone
Slider.
Valley, we could do a tortoise. Who knows?
Oh, well, there you go. What?
Would you be reducing the price of the Treasure Wars pack?
Yes, that is coming up as well.
Wow.
Yes.
What? So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, our money's going to go a whole lot further now. That's terrific. All right, so just want to make a couple of comments as we wind up this Free Realms webcast. Make sure that you tune into our YouTube channel. That's www.youtube.com/freerealmsonline. Some of the things that you're going to see there are the super secret dev videos, which actually was Floyd's idea. He really wanted to show off some of the coolness. The first one you did was with the bat mount and the wolf, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Expect to see a lot more of that because they're a lot of fun to make. And we'll have something coming out soon. Are you working on something now? It's super secret,
It's
isn't
super
it?
secret.
All right.
They told me that they'd cut my mic if I started to talk about it, but I think I'm going to tell you that it's going to be... So look for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Best evasive action
It's
ever.
going to be great. And you heard it here first.
And these Free Realms webcasts are also uploaded there, so be sure to tune in there. Thank you for joining us to talk about Free Realms and the Free Realms TCG today. Now get out there and beat that Baron von Darkcheat. See you next time.
See ya.